Dan Holfeld here at Eceti for Talk is Cheap. I am here with Michelle Wolfe. How you doing?
I am so excited to be here. This is just amazing experience so far, Dan, just seeing all these faces of people we've been meeting, waiting to meet for so long now. So, and the view is spectacular, and the show hasn't even started yet. So I'm really excited for the first night of what could be a really amazing experience. So we'll see what stories we have to tell when it's all said and done, but I think there'll be some good ones.
Right. So for you folks who don't know, Michelle came on and we talked about, I think, the event and stuff like that.
We talked about a few things. Yeah, we talked about,
JFK
yeah, which I've kind of put aside, for it was,
got a little hot.
It got a little hot topic, and I'm like, okay, people getting a little too emotionally attached to outcomes. So, I like to release those outcomes. It's not a need. They're just concepts and ideas, and, just see how things play out. Grab your popcorn and just let it roll, right? Let's not get attached to these things and put all our eggs in one basket.
Yeah. So, speaking on that same direction, like with the event, everybody thought this thing was going to happen. I thought it was going to happen that when they said it was going to be back in, 2 years ago now? March, and I haven't felt a lot that day, but nothing happened, and now it's just felt like I haven't felt that high since.
You know what, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, and I think, especially the last 3 months or so, we've kind of gone through sort of a limbo feeling, a little bit of a doldrums, and sort of letting a lot of things settle in, but not feeling a lot of new experiences at the same time. So it can kind of feel like things stagnate a little bit. But I think, everybody here has really agreed so far that, within the last couple weeks, things have just really started to accelerate again with the synchronicities and the energy. We've got our Schumann's on the uptick again, and it's Lionsgate. So, there's a lot of energy in the air, and I think it's starting to kick into high gear again. So, it can be a little difficult when we're kind of floating in between these two worlds. Can I put my one foot fully down on this side, or, am I still having to wrestle between these two things, and that can be a really difficult place for us to sort of to put all your faith in the experience, because then your ego mind wants to step in and say, well, you still got to deal with the real world, right? You still, but do we, right? There's a different way to do things, and I think that's why the acceleration of the synchronicities and seeing how things can flow smoothly for you when you're in the zone is a great experience to see that we really can start to leave those old ways behind.
That's the biggest part too, because the monetary system for me, because that's what's holding me back to 3D.
Yeah.
If we could get rid of that, that's why I want the rainbow currency to come out, start this transformation. If we can get that rolling, then I feel like I can actually let go and move.
And it really is. It's kind of this, this battle between the mind that says, well, you got to worry about this and be practical, and the heart that says, listen, there's a new way to do things. And I think, we get so used to thinking that we have to bring abundance into our life a certain way. And it is a gamble, and it feels like a gamble to put all your trust in your heart and let it roll and let those things play out in a faith. But you can really only do this experience through trial and error and just letting it roll and letting the magic happen, and stop trying to control the process, release the need to control the process. And I think the abundance that can come back to you is tenfold when you can do that, as opposed to the abundance that you can accumulate on your own by having control of a situation and how it comes to you. So, because I like to say, you think you got a good idea, but really God's got a way better idea than you do. So, let that unfold for you too. But it's a tricky thing. It's a hard thing, guys. It really is. But, I think this experience here this weekend, and showing how so many of us have gathered together, we really are coming together, and it's a shared experience. We don't have to do this by ourselves. And so when you're feeling those doldrums and you're feeling like you're in limbo, it's normal. You're not the only one, but I think we really are seeing it accelerate. August is going to be on fire, I think.
That's exactly what Q said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot. not. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I definitely want some more stuff to happen. He always says, "Get the popcorn ready." Well, mine's gone stale, so let's get it
Well,
going.
we'll have to talk some Q again soon too, because we can talk about that again. So we'll get together and do that. We'll set the JFK Jr. stuff aside. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh, I went back and watched our episode, and I was like, this is absolutely proof that it is JFK. And then QAnon said it's not, and then
I respect twice. He said, okay, so leave it be, let it go, let it play out, let it roll. Let's not put all of our energy into what we definitively see as this outcome, and it limits the possibilities. It does. So just kind of open your mind to things, and don't put it all in like that needs to happen this way at a certain time, because you're kind of setting yourself up for disappointment, really. And just let's see what happens. Enjoy the show. That's right. Enjoy the show. Bring it all back in here. It can be a distraction, when we spend so much time in these rabbit holes and looking at all of these things outside of ourselves. But it's only stage 1 of this process. That's only the beginning. Because really, after you go and figure out all these illusions and go through all these rabbit holes, really, it all comes back to you. So if we keep putting that focus on these outcomes being outside ourselves, all of our energy in investigating solely on what is going on outside of ourselves, you're gonna stall out. So at some point, you've got to go back.
I've been there before.
Yeah,
we've all been there.
Look for the illusions within yourself. Look for the stories that you're telling that no longer that no longer apply.
There he is again. He said it on. Oh man, I got a few choice words with that guy.
Even calls. We're not even taking calls, and we're already getting crank calls, eh?
Hate mails. Unbelievable.
I know. Eh? Bring it.
So, but yeah, we'll have more from Eceti, folks. So stick around.
Thanks, guys.